Joining us now, Deneen Borelli, Chief Political Correspondent for Conservative Review and a Fox News contributor. Marjorie Clifton, a former consultant to the Obama campaign and principal of Clifton Consulting. Welcome, ladies. Nice to have you here
Good
today.
Morning. Thank you.
Unfortunate on this one-year anniversary, we're talking about violence again in what was supposed to be peaceful protests. Marjorie, 1 year later, what are some of the lessons learned from your perspective?
Well, and I think, this shooting is indicative of still fear and anger associated with what was events a year ago, but highlighted and changed the course of how police are looked at when it comes to violence, especially with black men. And I think where police traditionally seem political and now they've been under investigation, and we've seen even a year since continued cases, 3 white police officers who have been criminally charged for shooting unarmed black men. Black men who are unarmed are still 7 times more likely to be shot by police, and just heightened visibility into what has unfortunately probably a long history of this. So I think what's needed still is a lot of healing, still a lot of work with the police force. And again, violence is not it's being denounced by those who are leading the protests, the violence that's happening right now in Ferguson. But again, I think indicative of still wounds that go far back beyond a year ago related to black populations and feeling of discrimination.
Deneen, the fact is that many police departments around the country have come under fire, and today police departments are having to take stronger measures for security because they are in the spotlight at this point, even though we know, for example, that Michael Brown never had his hands up and never said, don't shoot.
Sure. Well, the real tragedy here is the fact that you have individuals who want to continue the lie of the hands up, don't shoot. And this was disputed by forensic evidence and the Department of Justice investigation. But not only is that lie still prevalent, Uma, we still have people who have this mentality of the police versus the citizens. So this is fed into this narrative, and we're witnessing war against police officers, whether it's Ferguson or New York City. This is what we're seeing happening today. And I tell you, it's so important for individuals to call out this lie. This was a blatant lie, but sadly, it still permeates within the black community.
It still permeates, Marjorie, and why is it, you think, that it continues to be part of the narrative that goes on today, even a year later, even though we know what the facts are and the fact that the police officer was never charged and was cleared?
Well, true, but also we do know that that same police force, the Ferguson police force, was held accountable for racial bias when it came to fines and other infractions with the black population. So we know racial bias exists in this incident. I think, again, it was representative of what has been a long history and now is being brought to light. And I agree, this is not about going after the police force and naming everyone there as biased, but this is about creating a fair system that keeps all Americans safe and that makes the black population feel safe. And I think that is the bigger issue. And we do know
there are going to be bad apples in every situation, but overall, and I know a lot of police officers, these are good working men and women. They're not setting out on a daily basis to go and shoot black individuals. If you look at the failed policies that are coming out of these urban communities, that is also contributing to the problem. High unemployment, deplorable public schools, and people taking matters into their own hands, which is unbelievable.
It is, and I know that this is certainly something that is continuing to be a troubling issue and one that needs further discussion and further healing, as you pointed out. Ladies, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.